Yo, what is up, you guys? I hope y'all have been partying like every day is your birthday. Cause why? Cause wait, what was I saying? I hope y'all have been partying like every day is your birthday. Why? Cause we got another one for y'all today. Now, without further ado, you guys, honestly, we've all been to Chuck E. Cheese. Or some of us have. I'm not gonna say we all have, but if you guys have been to Chuck E. Cheese, when I was a kid, y'all, Chuck E. Cheese was the most amazing place ever. And I used to finesse. Y'all, when I went to Chuck E. Cheese, I would always look under the machines for tokens, and I'd get like 50 to 100 free tokens every time I went to Chuck E. Cheese. And then I'd save my tickets. I had like a million tickets. I had so many tickets. But every time we went, I'd always look under vending machines for coins. Always there, bro. Who drops their coins and just leaves them under the vending machine, man? Go grab them. Or the game things. And you can't tell me Chuck E. Cheese pizza wasn't that gas. Bro, Chuck E. Cheese pizza was yummy, yummy. No cap. That stuff was yummy, yummy. I feel like I gotta say pause on that. Just because you know what I'm saying? And say yummy, yummy. Just pause. But we're about to get right to 3 scary true Chuck E. Cheese stories, man. Hey, I wonder if they're gonna talk about the rumor. I heard that they reuse Chuck E. Cheese pizzas. Like, they take the pizzas that they didn't finish, and they put them back on the tray for someone else to eat. If that's true, I'm gonna throw up, because then their pizza's no longer that gas. But we're about to find out, y'all. So make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys are new. We got 5 to 6 videos, everything on the channel. We got 3 videos every single week on the channel. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Shit, this looks
Remember Chuck E. Cheese? That old arcade with the singing animatronics?
Yeah.
Of course you do. I just found out they went bankrupt recently.
Oh, they did?
Made me think back to my horrible experience there as a very little kid. I was no older than 8 or 9. It was like my 3rd and last time ever at a Chuck E. Cheese. This specific location closed down years ago, but it used to be basically down the street from our old house. My mom took my little brother and I, and she let us roam free and do our own thing and play the games, while she sat at one of the tables reading.
Yeah, y'all, I'm telling you, look, all these vending machines would have so many tickets under them. It's crazy. I mean, so many coins. You just gotta collect them.
Like most of the other parents. I was playing this clown game where you had to shoot the clown's teeth out with this little cannonball shooter. I was playing the games that would get me the most tickets for the prizes. I finished the game again, and the ticket shot out from the ticket slot. That's when I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned and jumped in my seat. I was greeted with a giant Chuck E. Cheese mascot in my face. He held out his hand for a high five, and naturally I gave him his high five with a smile. He then pointed at the tickets and gave me a thumbs up. I think I just continued laughing and smiling.
What's wrong with that?
Then he pointed at the tickets once more and motioned for me to follow him. So I ripped the tickets from the slot and followed the giant mascot. As we walked across the main floor, a couple other kids around like 6 came up to him saying, "Hey Chucky," and he gave them both high fives. I kept following him, wondering if he'd tell the other kids to follow, but he didn't. He would turn back every few seconds to make sure I was still following. Finally, we made it across the main floor by the stage towards this back area, where he waved me to follow him through this employees only door. From what I remember about how I was feeling, let's just say a combination of weird and excited. We entered this narrow hallway, and I felt kind of special for being allowed access back here. Keep in mind, I had the mind and maturity of a very young child. The mascot led me to this back room where he motioned for me to enter first, so I did. It was this small changing room type of room. It had a few lockers on one wall and one long bench extending half the length of the room. That was it. He entered the room and shut the door behind us, and I noticed he locked it. That's when I became confused and afraid. I thought he was taking me to get a bunch of free tickets. What could he possibly do in this empty room with me? He approached me.
I don't think you want that question answered.
On my shoulder, and then started rubbing from my shoulder to my arm. Then he seemed as though he tried to reach lower with both of his hands, and I pushed him off and yelled, "Stop." That's when the person in the suit lifted the mask off his head, revealing some sweaty, middle-aged man underneath. He started to remove the rest of the costume from himself as he told me to be quiet. I sat there watching, shaking, and plotting my way for the door.
Bro, you got a dip, cuh?
When I thought he was distracted enough by the suit, I tried to run past him for the door, but he grabbed me and told me to stop. He offered me all the free tickets I wanted if I just behaved. I started to yell and pound on the door. He tried to cover my mouth, but I think he gave up when he realized it wasn't worth the risk for him. I unlocked the door and ran back down the hall in tears. I ran back to my mom, yelling at her about what just happened. She was distraught and went right to the front desk. The girl at the front desk seemed to be in a panic as well, and I think she called for her supervisor. Pretty soon, all the music was stopped and the place was put into a lockdown of sorts, where all the kids were to go to their parents. A bunch of workers ran to the back section, and eventually police showed up outside. I had to give my whole story to a crowd of like 6 people, and I was extremely nervous. The man in the Chucky suit was some random creep who snuck into the back section of the building to dress in one of the suits and apparently lure children to the back. Realizing and looking back at that now as a grown adult is disturbing and disgusting, that I was the victim of a predator. I never found out if that monster was caught.
Yeah, I would never go to Chuck E. Cheese again if that happened. Oh my, that is some... First off, that thing's already creepy as hell without any of that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care if you give me all the free tickets in the world. I'm not following. I'm not following that. Story 2. Oh my man, that was. Let me know which one of y'all these stories you guys like the most.
I used to work for Chuck E. Cheese very briefly when I was 21 years old. I was one of the janitors / maintenance workers. I know, not very awe-inspiring. I was broke as hell and needed money.
I feel you. Do what you gotta do.
All my job really entailed was cleaning tables and keeping the play areas generally clean. Sounds easy, but there was never really a time to just sit and take a breath. There was always something to clean or take care of. I would also be in charge of turning on and off the animatronics, opening the stage curtains, fixing busted arcade machines, and things of that nature.
That sounds pretty cool.
My shifts would always be later, from like 4 to 10 p.m. My location closed at 8 on weekdays and 9 on...
Oh, I remember this, y'all. I don't remember this, but I remember this thing. This was definitely in the Chuck E. Cheese. And the ticket blaster was too, for birthday parties.
On weekends. I would stay an hour, sometimes 2 hours after
Memories
to get the
right
place
here.
in top shape, ready for the next day. So this one night, I was working past close like I usually did. Everyone had already left the building, including the other workers, so I was the last one in the building. I was dragging my cleaning cart around the arcade area. I had already turned off all the game machines. I was by that space-themed arcade machine where you had to press the button at the right moment to stop the light on the jackpot bulb. As I was passing by this machine,
I think I know what he's talking about.
Space-themed music suddenly emits from the machine at a very loud volume, and all the lights start flashing again. I felt like my heart was in my throat. That's how much it startled me.
Heck muffluffin' no. First off, I would never take a job where I gotta be the only one in it at night. No, sir. You know what? That's how you die. That's how you get stories like this to happen to you. Never go alone. Especially in this place. Animatronics? No, sir. I watched too much Five Nights at Freddy's to be doing that. My bad. I was about to hiccup, but I had to, like, suck it back down.
I fiddled with my keys to access the control port of the machine to turn it off again. I'd never seen anything like that happen before. It suddenly just freaked me out. Only because I was all alone in that big building pretty late at night. The weirdness didn't stop there, though. By this point in the night, I had already shut down the animatronics on the stage. So when I heard Chucky's pre-recorded laugh break the silence of the room, my heart started pounding again.
I'm out.
The laugh...
Nope. 2 weeks notice. I'm out. Bro, are you serious? Are you serious? You better have left after that. And if you did it, you gotta tighten up.
Was short and cut off. It almost sounded glitchy. I ditched my cleaning cart to go backstage and check on the animatronics.
What? You gonna go check on them? You're asking to get whooped. You're literally asking to die or whatever's about to happen. You're asking for it. Why would you go investigate? If I hear Chucky and I know I turned him off, I'm gonna go leave. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for me to stay there anymore. You got a ghost.
They were in their idle modes now, meaning they would move their limbs and heads around every so often. I would have to go to the control room to turn them off, but this was the second strange thing to happen that night. I started getting paranoid that someone else was in the building with me, but that thought was interrupted when I noticed that the Chucky animatronic was facing me, and its head angled down perfectly to look as though it was looking at me. It was bizarre. Bizarre that I was finding it that disturbing.
Oh, fluff no.
I'm not crazy.
What do you mean? I find that shit disturbing too. If that was looking at me and that happened, bro, I'd be out the door faster than you could say, ah, I'd be gone. Before you could even scream, I'd already be out the door.
For my own peace of mind, with my eyes on the Chucky animatronic, I walked past it, closer to the control room. I waited there for a few seconds, and then the animatronic spun 90 degrees to face me once more, perfectly. I swear it was once again looking right at me, and then the laughter emitted once again from the animatronic. But in a creepy, glitchy, cut-off manner, this time much louder, obviously because I was right next to it. I ran to the control room to hit the switch to turn everything off on the stage once more. I left the control room, and the Chucky animatronic was still facing the direction it was moments before. I left the stage through the curtain and just felt uneasy.
Oh, hell no.
I was starting to think maybe it was all just getting to my head. But that's when I heard the horrible laugh again come from the stage behind the curtains. That was the last straw.
Out.
I took my card, clocked out, and left. I texted my boss the next day that I had to leave early because I was feeling extremely sick. He said it wasn't a problem, but he never mentioned anything about the animatronics being left on. And when I asked him if the animatronics had some kind of motion detecting feature to look at people, he said no, they didn't. I'm not the most superstitious guy, but I firmly believe I wasn't the only presence in that building that night.
I hope you quit.
I don't mean there was another person in there.
I hope he quit. Better fluff and quit. Alright, story number 3. That one was pretty creepy though. I don't know if you could top that.
This is a story from my childhood that I don't like to look back on too much.
This is the stage I remember. This is what I remember. There being a bunch of animatronics. Hell no, bro. If Five Nights at Freddy's taught me anything, I honestly would never go back here. After seeing Five Nights at Freddy's, fluff that. Animatronics are no joke. I don't trust them, man.
I was 13. My mom brought my 2 little sisters and I to Chuck E. Cheese one evening. My sisters are 4 and 6 years younger than me, so it was more for them, and my mom just wanted me to come along. My mom was playing games with my sisters, so I went to do my own thing. It was my only time ever at Chuck E. Cheese, so I was trying to play every game at least once.
Hey, you got 2 first time?
Eventually, a worker in a red polo shirt came up to me. He was in his lower to mid-20s, I'd say. He didn't seem that old. He asked me if I wanted some more tokens. I said, yeah, sure. He told me to follow him.
Bro, see, no,
He
right
led me
there.
through this.
Anybody that says you want some more tokens, bro, you ain't giving me no tokens for free. Ain't nobody just giving you stuff for free. That's how you know.
Sketchy back door, which led to a back exit. I asked him where he was leading me. He said to his truck. He told me not to tell anyone, but that he had access to all the tokens he wanted and just kept piles of them in his car. I stopped following when I realized he was leading me to his car. I told him my mom would be mad.
Yeah, no sir.
He tried to push that I follow him a little more,
Stranger danger.
but gave up. Before I walked back inside, he asked for my AIM username, and I gave it to him. I was excited for new friends on.
What the Alright, my bad.
Before I walked back inside, he asked for my AIM username.
AIM username? What is AIM?
And I gave it to him. I was excited for new friends on AIM. For those of you who don't know, AIM was an instant messenger that was all the rage before smartphones and texting really became a thing. I don't remember his username. All I know, it was something with his name in it, which was Ben.
Why would you give it to him,
I would sign on to
bro?
AIM every single night, including that night after Chuck E. Cheese. I signed in, and I had a few friends online. Next thing I knew, I got a message from Ben, so I added him to my buddy list. He said, "Hey, it's Ben from earlier." I replied, "What's up?" and we started chatting. He chatted with me as if we were good friends already. I asked him how he was able to get all the tokens he wanted, and he said it's easy when you work there. He told me he was going to come to my house that night with a bunch of tokens. I told him, no, it's
No,
okay.
bruh.
And he told me, no, it's fine. You live really close to me anyway. I replied, how do you know where I live?
That's what I'm
And
stressing.
he said he followed my mom's van on our way home. I blocked his account immediately. I was beyond scared.
Yeah, tell your
I told
mom.
my friends about it on AIM. Some of them said I should tell my parents or call the police.
Yeah.
But I waited. Maybe he was bluffing.
He was bluffing? Who bluffs about that, bro?
But no, he wasn't. I heard a truck pull up outside through my open window. I looked out the window and saw the black truck that Ben guy was leading me towards earlier. I saw him get out from the truck, and I know he spotted me because he started walking over to my window. I pulled the window in and locked it, and then shut the blind. By that point, he was already halfway to my window, and he was waving his arms at me. I ran to my mom to tell her. She didn't find it funny, thinking I was kidding at first, but I convinced her after she looked out the window and saw the black truck begin to speed down the road. My mom wanted me to show her the AIM conversation, but I couldn't, as I had deleted him off my buddy list and blocked him. My parents called the police, of course.
Yeah, you got to.
That was just for peace of mind. They couldn't do anything besides make a report. The next day, my mom called the Chuck E. Cheese and asked about a Ben. They said they had no Bens who worked there. There were also no employees matching that guy's description. The Chuck E. Cheese eventually handed the CCTV footage from the day before to the police department for an investigation, which turned up no results. My family never went to a Chuck E. Cheese ever again.
Fluff that. I wouldn't either. Oh, fluff that. Yo, I hope you guys... Oh my god, these are evil looking clips. Yo, I hope you guys enjoyed that, but these look really creepy, and I do not want to look at these any longer. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys are new. Know I love every single one of you guys, and make sure you guys cherish every single day, because every day you guys are on this earth, it's a blessing. You never know when your time's gonna go. So make sure you guys cherish every moment. Make sure you guys never take anything for granted in your life. I understand things might not be the easiest, but I promise you somebody always has it worse. Somebody always has it worse than you, so be grateful for what you do have. And be grateful that you get to wake up every single day and you get to go after your dreams. You get to go after your girl. You get to go and do school. You get to have fun. I saw something, it's like 1 trillion and some chance that you guys are born. Don't waste it. Don't wait too long to go attack it, because you never know when that day might end. You never know when you might not be able to go attack your dreams anymore. Or what you want to do. Every day is a gift, you guys. Never take it for granted. And never take what you have for granted. I love you guys. Y'all mean the world to me. And we're going to keep working every day. Like I said, these blessings are starting to come in. My only fear is that I'm not here long enough to see them all. I love you guys. Y'all mean the absolute world to me. Y'all, I love y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Or, well, it's kind of today because I'm posting these the next day. So I'll see you guys later today. Deuces.